Fightcast from Bayou FC 59 this weekend at the Youngsville Sports Complex. Saturday night, May the 27th, Youngsville Sports Complex. Half of the card is Lafayette fighters. So we got half of that card right here. So we got 7 of them from Headkicks, from right to left. We got Ethan Lullaby Lang. I don't even know the story on that. I'm going to have to ask that question in a little bit. But Ethan Lang. We got Jonas Rebstock. We got Chris, the Dark Knight, Jeanbatiste. We got Justin, JR, the Juggernaut. Reaux. We got Carli Judice. We got Andres.
The Punisher Pierce.
The Punisher.
Hey,
that's hard.
The
Punisher.
That.
There we go. We got Darion, the Icon. Griffin. So, and then we got me. So, this Saturday night, May 27th, we're just going to give you a quick breakdown of some of our predictions for the fight or just how fight camp's been. I've been here for most of it. So, let's start off with Ethan and Jonas. And Ethan, your first MMA debut. You saw Jonas compete at BFC, was it probably 6 months ago now? Maybe a little bit more than that?
Yes.
And then you kind of inspired you to, or just interested you into doing something. Been interested, but you saw it was possible, right? So since then you've been doing some MMA classes for the last 3 months, really with the adults. But you are in what grade?
7th grade.
Where at?
In Erath Middle School.
Erath Middle School. Shout out to 7th grade at Erath Middle School. Is the whole town of Erath coming to Youngsville?
I'm not that famous yet.
17? No? Okay. Not yet. So, all 8 of them. Yeah. And we got Jonas. Tell me who you're fighting, Jonas, because we had a switch up in opponents recently, right?
So I was supposed to be fighting Aiden McDaniels, but he had to pull out. I found out last Wednesday, but on Saturday we were able to find at the kickboxing tournament. We were able to find Carson Lawless.
So new opponent, change up just like that. That's how the game works. Ethan, who are you fighting?
Don't know his name.
Doesn't matter.
Michael LeCompte. Michael LeCompte for Gladiators, all right?
Okay.
And bigger kid, strong kid, and but you've been training with us for how long, Ethan?
3 years.
3 years, a little bit over 3 years. So and with the adults now for 4 months, 5 months. So I'm happy with your progress, and I'm excited. I'm proud of you for stepping in there. I mean, I'm very confident in you either way, but I'm proud of you for stepping in there either way too. So I'm excited for you and for Jonas, of course. So what do you guys? Any predictions for your fight?
It's gonna be difficult, of course. It's gonna be my fast one. Probably fast round. Gonna be scared. Never done an MMA fight before, but want to walk on standing up. Probably throwing a takedown though.
Okay. Now you've done a bunch of Rumble nights. You've done a bunch of submission quests, and you've been
mix them together.
You mix them together. All right. Okay. You think you're gonna be nervous? No.
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. I like it. I'll have the best seat in the house. So, who's gonna be in your corner?
Of course, probably you and my dad.
Sounds good. All right.
He's been coaching me for the whole time I've been training.
I know. You train here, and then just as much here as in the living room.
Yes.
Right?
And outside.
Yeah. There you go. Well, good. Well, look, Ethan and Jonas, I know y'all are wrapping up the school year. So any shout-outs? Well, first tell us about Lullaby.
Lullabies, because I'm going to put you to sleep.
I like that.
I got a shiver. All right, the free songs. All right. Cool. Any last things? I know you guys may have to get back to middle school tomorrow, so anything you want to leave the crowd with, what they can expect for, or just people you want to thank going up to Saturday night?
I want to thank the people that brought me up to this point. Most of my life, I've been dreaming of being famous, being on camera or something, and it's one of the ways I can accomplish this.
Step in the right direction. So this is your first kind of spotlight, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Just not a pop singer.
Just not a pop singer. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Popping them in the face this time.
Popping them in the face. Lullaby and pop singer. We got any more one-liners? Oh man. All right. Good. Jonas, anything you got to add to top that?
I'm looking forward to Saturday. I've been a wrestler. I'm used to this though. I've been wrestling all my opponents, but I might try to mix it up this fight. I've been working on my striking a lot lately. I'm gonna mix it up this fight. Add a little something new. I'm looking forward to it. I've been training for about 5 or 6 years. It's been fun though. Couldn't have done this without my parents though. They've done a lot of it for me. My coaches. It's been a long journey, but it's been a fun one. I can't wait for Saturday though.
Another step in the right direction. Jonas trains a lot, wrestling. It almost sounded like you said you got arrested.
That too.
What is this starting out as? But as a wrestler, allegedly, right? Yeah, allegedly. So, but you competed at Roma night just this past weekend and really showed a lot of great kickboxing skills. So I'm happy with that. Something we've been kind of trying to accent for a while. So I'm super excited to see you do your thing on Saturday night. All right. Look, if you guys gotta, you hang out with us as long as you want. You're part of the crew and a part of the show on Saturday night. Y'all are fights, probably one of the first ones to go. The youth fights will be early on in the card. The doors open at 6. The fights start at 7. So make sure you're in your seats if you're supporting these guys or the Headkicks crew. Make sure you're in your seats by 7 o'clock, and that way you can watch our guys go. We'll either be like 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 or 2 and 3, something like that. We'll be kicking off the show. All right. Thanks, guys. Hang out as long as you like, but I'm going to move on. Let's go in order of kind of debuting. So, Andres, first debut right here. Been kickboxing with us for a little while. Thanks, Jonas. Thanks, Ethan. So, been kickboxing for a good little while with us and been mixing up jiu-jitsu for last year. Mostly no-gi, which is, the route we need to do for MMA. So tell us what you can expect, anything you know about your opponent. What can we expect on Saturday? And are your parents coming in from your daddy's making the trip, of course?
A bunch of family coming out here. I have family from Arizona flying in, family from Mississippi, everywhere in New Orleans. Mainly the whole family's coming out to come and watch.
The whole family?
Mainly
You got people flying in from Arizona?
I do. I have they're driving up here, my grandparents. Yep.
Okay.
They're coming out here to come watch. Very exciting.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, my first MMA debut. I'm ready to let loose and let them fly. Not much on my guy that I found, Kyle Bell. The pictures that I've seen, he had a football picture, and the promotion said that he was a wrestler, so I'm expecting a wrestler to go out there with. I know for the most part, when he feels the power, he's going to want to try and shoot down, take me down. Game plan has been to work the distance, piece him up, and just keep the distance, and I pace the fight out. So
I think we got a classic striker versus wrestler here, but I don't know. We really don't know much about him. Yeah, that's one of the things with fighting debut guys. You don't know what you're getting into. I don't know much about this guy's academy or even how tall he is or anything like that. But we're confident in Andres, and we've been preparing. So super excited to see you, and I'm see you out there, and I'm happy to be there. Anybody you want to thank, along the journey?
I do. I want to give a shout out to my friends and family coming out to come and support, and the few sponsors that I have: Cajun Nation Seasoning, Woods Property Management, and ASAP Transport, and the Snow Stop, which is right over here in Maurice, where I do work part-time at the snowball stand. So shout out to everybody who's supporting and that's going to come out there and watch, put on a show.
Andres is probably going to be early on in the card too, being that he's debuting. So you want to watch Ethan, you want to watch Jonas, and you definitely want to make sure you got your good seats for Andres' matchup too. All right. Next up, I really don't know the full lineup on the card, but feature fights are going to be feature amateur fights are going to be Justin and then Darion. So we'll go JR. How many fights have you had supposed to happen? You're supposed to be like 9-3 by now, right? Or 9-2 by now.
Yeah.
So.
The last year and a half, just been guy after guy after guy after guy after guy pulling out. Took about like a 3-month break for the holidays, just because I needed to cool off and get my head straight again. Came back January, and it's kind of been the same, but finally we got a guy, Isaiah Garza. He's so far he's locked and loaded, so we're ready to go finally.
And so one of the stories behind this is you've been supposed to fight, and actually you're supposed to fight 2 weeks ago in Mandeville. Something happened to your opponent there, but shout out to Isaiah Garza for stepping in on short notice and taking this fight, and shout out to Coach Tim and Joey Ancona from BFC for making it happen, squeezing us in, because you had a great camp, and I just really didn't want to see it go to waste. You've had several great camps, and I just didn't want to see it, go to waste, or not that we went to waste, but I wanted in your hometown if we could have made it happen, and so I'm glad it's going to come together. We're going to believe it's going to come together on Saturday night. All right.
Absolutely.
So and you got a great following. You're from here. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to LHS. I used to live in Texas. I went to a school called Reaux High School, and then moved to Lafayette junior year, and went to LHS there.
Forgot you went to Lafayette High, where I went. And so you got obviously a big crowd from Headkicks coming. Any other supporters you got coming in, flying in from Arizona?
No, nothing from Arizona, but all my family, my immediate family, my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents. I got a bunch of friends coming in to watch me fight, so I got a big crew who's waiting for me to put this dude out.
That's what they can expect from the Juggernaut.
Absolutely, yeah. It won't go the distance. That's a problem. And if it does, then
Impressed to this guy, but
yeah, it would be impressive if we go the distance. I'm just say that, but it would definitely be a domination.
Confidence. All right, I like it. Darion, the icon, 4-0. You just blazing. But what can we got a tough fight. We needed it. Not that we haven't had tough fights, but we got Omar Smith. Tell us what we know about him.
Omar Smith, he's the number 3 guy in Florida from what I saw on him. He's a tough guy. He definitely doesn't mind coming and getting into a fight. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what I want. If he's going to come in there and get into a fight, at least I get to show more of what I can do. If he can actually last through what I can do, then shout out to him. But I don't too much think I'm really coming to make an example out of him, When they made me number 1, the numbers really don't matter to me. But at the end of the day, I'll happily show them why they made me number 1. And that's
so by that you mean number 1 featherweight?
Yep,
in
number
Louisiana.
1 featherweight
in Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. And so we're looking to take out one of Florida's top guys.
They're shipping them in. I'm shipping them home. So,
all right, shipping them in, shipping them home. Quoted. So and obviously the goal is professional status.
Yeah.
So whether it's before the end of this year or whatever the timetable looks like, but I think we're well on our way. And Saturday night's going to be a great display. We got people coming in from Atlanta?
I have people coming in from everywhere. I have people coming in from Texas, Ruston, Louisiana, my hometown, Opelousas. Shout out to them. Really, really everywhere. Atlanta as well. But definitely people come and support from everywhere. And shout out to all of y'all for coming and making the drives, the flights, and the live streams whenever you can't make it.
Cool. We've been finishing fights with striking. Are we a wrestler now, or are we still a striker, or what can we expect Saturday night?
I mean, really and truly, I got all kind of tricks. They usually just don't get me to the ground. So when I have to show it, I'll show it. Until then, wait on it.
All right, wait on it. Cool. And any sponsors or just folks in general you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, well, shout out to all my sponsors. I'm sponsored this fight by Schwax, of course, Hippie Town. I'm sponsored by Jeweler this time, J Jewels, the Total Health Clinic. And also with Hippie Town, Legalized Louisiana, as well as the barbershop that I work at. I'm a barber too, so the headquarters barbershop. And I think that's about it. And Acadiana Krav Maga, the school that I started at. Acadiana Krav Maga as well.
Know your roots. Awesome. So Darion will probably be towards the end of the amateur card. Now, there are a lot of pro fights on this card. I want to say 5. So we're not going to be co-main event or anything, but we'll be one of the feature amateur fights. I'm super excited about Darion's fight against a tough opponent. So it'll be the test that we really need to and a great place for us to do it, BFC, in front of our hometown. So
I saw the lineup earlier. It's 18 fights. So there'll be
18 fights. 18 fights on the card. So hopefully, JR, Andres, Darion, they get things.
Get it on a roll.
Yeah. Ship them in, ship them out.
Yes, sir.
So, but we'll work hard for the dub, whatever it takes. All right. So, Chris, my man, one thing about Chris, we just made our Headkicks 7-year anniversary. We still got the balloons up. Can anybody out there tell me in the comments who was the first, outside of me, who was the first Headkicks MMA fighter ever? The first person to represent Headkicks in the cage. It was on our Headkicks 7-year trivia, but I give you a 5-second countdown starting now. Put in the comments if you know who that person might have been 7 years ago, or it was probably 5 years ago at this point. But that person is none other than Chris Jeanbatiste. Had the first fight. Wow. What was the date? Do you recall the exact date? I know it was July.
It was July of 2017.
July of 2017. And you know what I came across the other day was your Why I Fight video. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that Why I Fight video that we did?
I actually don't remember it.
You don't remember when you were like shadowboxing on the bridge out there?
Oh, yeah,
I should have texted it to you. I thought about texting it to you that day. Then this would have flowed better.
Crazy,
but
even I remember that.
I don't remember how I answered that initial question, why I fight. When Charity told me Hosea was watching it the other night, and I was asking myself that question. I was like, why do I fight? Because it changes like after you get a lot of experience and you fight, and obviously I had a son, and why you fight changes as the journey continues on.
So we'll go back and watch why you fought back in the day, and let's revamp it. Why you still fighting? Why are you fighting this weekend in your third professional fight? How many amateur fights you had?
I had 11 amateur fights. This
2
is
pro fights.
My third professional fight.
All right. So why are you still fighting? Why are you still training? You got a son. You got a full-time job. You've been there for 10 years, right? Over 10. Yeah. So why are you still fighting? Well, what's the plan? How old are you?
I'm 30 years young. Turned 30 in December. I feel like I still have something to prove to myself. Of course, I do have the back and forth battles within myself, like why I'm fighting. And today actually made 1 month since I last fought. Of course, everybody knows coming off of a 3-year layoff. That one didn't go my way. I felt like, just kind of had a lot of cobwebs because of the layoff and stuff. No excuses though. It didn't go my way. We move on to the next one. Was definitely down to do a quick turnaround. Composure, cardio, combos. That's definitely gonna play a major factor into this fight. Back to the question why I fight, it changes, and like I said, I feel like I have something to prove to myself, and I'm in my prime. The beginning, I guess, like when every fighter when they reach like 30 years old, that's like whenever they're at their absolute best, their sharpest, the youngest you'll ever be in this game.
I'd like to say 33. As you were.
Yeah, it's the beginning of it. The beginning of the very beginning of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I definitely fight for my son, for myself and for my son. That's bottom line, and just proving to myself that I could maximize my skill set for however long I decide to fight.
I like it. So speaking of the last fight, that was Nakia Brown. You had a 3-year layoff, but you were still training, just albeit not fight camp style.
Right.
But you hadn't put feet on under the lights and done the whole warm up and done the fight week and everything in a while. You went down, or the last fight was at 160, and this one is at 55. So yeah, that's been an evolution. Something we always thought you could get to. I always thought you could get to.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, right?
No, it's not. It's not easy at all.
You're doing a good job with it, and we're gonna make our 155 pro debut this Saturday. And look, shout out to Nakia. Nakia's a good fighter, like a real good fighter.
He
so
was
it's
on
like
a 4-fight winning streak. He definitely was not an easy fight to take coming off of a 3-year layoff. Ultimately, I still believe in myself and in my skills, and I believe I'm better than every fighter I ever fought. But we all know that the best fighter doesn't always win. It just wasn't my night. But you feel how you feel when it's fresh, and then you pick yourself back up and move on to the next one. Keep training, keep going, like I said, move on to the next one. So
We got something to prove Saturday night to yourself, and yeah, I can see that because I feel like you're a lot better than what's on paper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, your amateur record is really good, but obviously, you know, we're still looking for that first professional dub. So I think we get there Saturday night. I'm excited for it, and
100%.
you'll be in the professional, the last 5 pro fights. Who we fighting?
Benton Mitchell.
Benton Mitchell. We know what we find on him.
Athletic, very athletic, comes to fight. He trains with a lot of familiar faces. I'm looking forward to it. Whatever he comes with, whatever he brings, I'm going to be prepared for it.
All right. And then before we catch up with Carli J, who else are the pro fighters on the card that we know? Abe Sellers from Youngsville's fighting. Justin Meade. Justin Meade's been training here, or cross training for a little while. So it's a shout out to Justin.
Damon.
And Damon's, of course, the main event, fighting Ray Trujillo, Damon Vincent versus Ray Trujillo. You're going to want to make sure you get there early for Ethan and Jonas, and you're going to want to make sure you stay late for Damon and Ray, because that's going to be a great one. So best of luck to both those guys. And what takes us to... I know I've been calling you the co-main. I think you're the co-main.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great fighters on the card. So we're one of the feature fights, right? So Carli Judice versus Monica Medina.
Yep.
Tell us how this fight came together. It was supposed to be somebody else.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be some girl from New York. And the day I fought at March 25th in Maryland, and the night that I fought, you texted me like 10 minutes later saying, hey, we have a contract, we have a girl. And a few weeks later, or maybe a week later, that girl had pulled out. Mm-hmm. So I think she had signed before she even saw my next fight and stuff, or whatever, for whatever reason. And then she had pulled out. So then they found Monica. Shout out to Monica for accepting it. Thank you.
Where's she
Ready
from?
to go.
Because we've gotten her name across us before, I think, for kickboxing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know. People have been asking me that, and I've been telling them either Mississippi or Baton Rouge, but I could be totally
it's
wrong.
not Baton Rouge. It's out of Mississippi or Florida, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I could be way off. I really just guessed. I don't even know where I got those. So, but, yep.
What do we know about her? She's 5'5"?
Yeah, I think so, and she's 3-3 in MMA. She's done some bare knuckle experience.
And that counts on your pro record, the bare knuckle MMA, or no?
I don't know.
I have to go look.
I know. Yeah, so...
Because she's got a lot of fights on there between pros and amateurs and everything, so...
Yeah.
She's done bare knuckle MMA. She's game.
Yeah, for sure. It should be a fun one. And then I think she has some good grappling, so hopefully we can see how it goes there, test the grappling. I've never, like Darion said, I've never had to show it yet, but I'd like to think that I have it if it does get to the ground or if she tries to. So, just execute any areas that the fight gets taken. So that's kind of my plan.
And I know we had a little bit of a layoff a couple times because you had a break in the hand, a break in the wrist.
My last 2 amateur fights.
So now that we're healed, you're 2-0 now, 2 finishes as a professional, and so we're kind of just trying to catch up or take advantage of the health, right? So that's why it's like I got that girl's name before the fight, so I just waited till after the fight, not to count any chickens, but I also didn't, I just wanted to give you the next goal,
Yeah.
But it's like, I guess as long as we're healthy, we'll keep staying busy. But this is the next the next one, trying to get to 3-0 in Youngsville. And the last fight, you actually had to go to Baltimore. We struggled to find an opponent for a while there. And so you took a flight to Baltimore. I wasn't even able to go. But Carli, Tyler Hill, and Coach Walt went and got the W in a girl's hometown, fought a girl in her hometown. And then, fortunately, now we get to fight in our hometown, and it's been a while. When's the last time you fought in Lafayette?
Never have. I fought in Mississippi, Lake Charles, and Maryland.
So this is the first time you fought in Lafayette?
Yes, I'm so excited.
So you got your kick fit instructor here, teaching fitness kickboxing. You got a bunch of the crew here coming, support, and obviously, just the general fighters and fans and stuff. Who else you got coming in?
I got a bunch of family and friends. I got people from New Iberia. Some friends I used to play softball with are coming. I got my sponsors coming watch, and just everyone really. Like, I got a lot of family. Y'all know I got a lot of siblings. They're bringing friends, So I'm really excited to see everyone there, and hopefully we get to hang out and talk afterwards and just all have a good time. So it's going to be fun.
Speaking of sponsors, one of our JC Joyner, one of our kids that does kickboxing with us, love JC. His granddaddy made some barbecue sauce, right? And it's literally called Granddaddy's Smokehouse barbecue sauce. And I got an early sampling like a couple months ago, and then they're one of your sponsors now, right?
Yep. Shout out. Thank you.
So, Granddad, that's why we got it up here, because this is one of my bottles. It was super good, and it went by very fast. And I'm glad that, our local Headkicks businesses can support our, not only local fighters, but Headkicks fighters. So shout out to JC. Always want to give, and Granddaddy's Smokehouse Barbecue, give our local guys some love. Who else you got?
Yep, so I got Granddaddy's Smokehouse Barbecue. I got Majors. I got Dino's Pizza. Miss Reba's Greenhouse. I got Moby's. And I got Elite Manufacturer and Supply. So thank y'all. It really does go a long way, and we could all vouch for that anything goes a long way, and we appreciate it so much. So shout out.
Yeah, because a lot of people see the time, right? They see the time, but the investment is different in what ways? Like the nutrition can really just go crazy. It's like to reach peak performance, you need to be on your diet, certain supplements, the best food.
Right.
And it's like you need that 3 meals a day or more. Every fueling it should be, the best of the best, right? And then, coaches or certain personal training.
Transportation's a lot.
Traveling, recovery.
Me being a barber, I get to take off that week. So.
Yeah, and then there's the opportunity cost of having to take off a week, when you're cutting weight, or at least 3. I mean, everybody takes off at least 3 days for the couple days before the fight and stuff like that. So it's like sponsorships go a long way in getting the fighter to the show, because if not, then they get to the show out of their own pocket, and it's it just creates kind of a stressful time, or puts a sour note on what's a very exciting moment. So shout out to everybody that has supported me, of course, but then that supports the next generation and reaching our goals. So any last thing, if you had any question about the Headkicks belt, this is our 7-year anniversary belt. Brandon Broussard's daddy, Big Brandon, makes great art, and he made a prototype of our 7-year anniversary belt. So anybody that gets makes a year anniversary with us gets a picture with the belt, and we just thought it's new to us, so we just thought we'd throw it up there on the screen. So that's that. Any guys got any closing remarks before we kick it to Saturday night? Weigh-ins is going to be Friday at 5 p.m. at Twin Peaks, open to the public. You can come, and not that everybody's going to be wanting to chit-chat a whole bunch, but if you want to watch a live weigh-ins or show some support, that's where we'll be Friday. Doors open on Saturday. Do you guys still have tickets to sell? Tables, seats, or what do you got?
Tickets left.
We have general admission. We got cage side. We have reserve seating, which is right outside of table seating. We got second row tables. We got first row tables. I think those are sold out.
First row, second row.
And then we got maybe a few cage side seats remaining. All right. So as always, support your local fighters. Reach out to them to buy some tickets from them. If you need something last minute, Headkicks has some for you, some general admissions and stuff like that at the desk, okay? But that'll save you from waiting in line on Saturday. Anything else, guys? I'll kick it to y'all. I'll give you, 20 more seconds. Pass the mic.
I just wanted to say this is my 14th fight overall, 3rd professional fight, and I've never ever had sponsors. It would be nice to have sponsors. I think I'm a good guy and could represent any business or company very well. So to whoever's watching,
hook a brother up.
Yeah, watch me fight this weekend, and moving forward, I would be excited to be sponsored by anyone.
So it starts with the great performance Saturday night, and then you might want to maybe catch up with Chris. We'll be hanging around at the fights. If you like something, then we can chat. All right. So don't be afraid to come up and shake hands and all that kind of stuff. JR?
Shout out to my family. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always believing in me. And my sponsors.
Carli?
I'm going to shout out all the Gladiators guys that's been coming train with us and letting us go train with them, because it's really awesome to have, new people, talented guys, local people coming and train with us, giving us work, and us being able to give them work, and us helping each other, because it really is. We're all just trying to get to, we have the same goal, we're not fighting against each other, and we're just trying to build each other up. And so I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for helping out, and good luck on Saturday. We're ready to go.
Andres?
Ready to rock and roll Saturday. Again, thank you to all my friends and family. Thank you to you, Coach, the support. I'm ready to go.
Same for me. Thank you to all the guys that have been coming train with us. Definitely putting me through the ringer, helping me see my faults and grow. Thank you for my teammates, my coaches, and everybody that supports me near and far. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, look, if you have any additional questions, like specific to these guys that maybe I didn't ask, put them in the comments, and I'll either ask them, or if they see them on the video, then maybe this week while they're in the sauna, they'll comment and let you guys know what they think about it. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and this is episode 7, lucky number 7, Headkicks 7-year, lucky number 7 on the Fightcast. We'll see y'all either Friday at weigh-ins or Saturday night, Youngsville Sports Complex, Bayou FC 59. Doors open at 6. First fight, Youth MMA at 7. And then we got 18 of them right now. Hopefully there's 18 of them Saturday night, but they're guaranteed to be a great family-friendly event too. Headkicks will have a table. If you want to bring the kids and everything, we do our best to monitor the music and kind of the crowd and everything. And so I'm gonna have my Headkicks kids instructors there, and doing some fun activities with the kids to the best of our ability. So I'd say feel comfortable making it a family-friendly event this Saturday night. Okay, especially because we got some middle school kids competing, so it's certainly compatible. All right, thank you guys, and we'll see you again soon. Boom.